Hello, hello, ladies. Hello, hello. Are you ready for day 3, our last day of our 3-day event? Fertility naturally. So if you if you join me for the replay, please you remember the little hashtag replay so I know you watch it. If you are coming on right now live, please say hi. Remind me where you are tuning in from. I love to hear where everybody is coming from. Let me just get myself a little bit set up here. Hello, hello, ladies. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Come on live. Just say hi. How was your weekends? How was your weekend? For those of you who live in the US, did you have a chance to go out last night to enjoy the fireworks? We did. We went out, enjoy the fireworks a little bit. Okay, who's here? Who is ready for day 3? So today it's all about food. What should we eat to help our body get back into balance, be healthy, be fertile? Hi, Heather. Illinois. My weekend was relaxing. Yes, I love a good relaxing weekend. My weekends are never relaxing because of all the little people I have at home. But it's always very fun though. What was I saying? So, what should we eat to, for our bodies? What should we eat so we can really be in that space where we have everything we need to have a baby? And then after that, we'll do again a little meditation that's going to be different from last time, where we meet the baby, but we also pull energy. It's called energy pull. It's a tool from Access Consciousness, where we pull in energy, into that desire of your baby. So it's very powerful, and we'll do that after. And then at the end, I will take a few minutes to, invite you, for those of you who feel like they would like more support, more help, I will invite you into a little program of mine if that's something that feels right for you. So anyway, ladies, happy Monday. Say hi. Let me know who's here. Let me know where you are tuning from. And then we are going to get started. So when it comes to food is a big subject. And there is so much I would love to share with you. But, I will try to stay concise and give you the, everything like the best way I can, so we don't go over like a 2-hour conversation. But before we start, I would love for you again to do like we've been doing, the past few days. So take a minute. Hey, Lamona. Okay, take a minute. Let's breathe in and out. Breathing in, breathing out, bringing on intention that you are going to be very present during this conversation today and being willing to receive anything that is for you to receive. If you are here today, just trust that it's for a reason and that I may have a key for you. I may have a key for you on your fertility journey. So be willing to be receiving whatever it is. And be very present. Don't let your ego distract yourself, but be very present in your body. So let's bring the focus into our body so we can get out of our headspace where there is a lot of confusion usually happening, where our ego, and is trying to, trick us all the time. And let's get back into our body where all the wisdom that you need is. All of your wisdom reside in your body already. And let's connect all of us together through our heart center. Okay. Hey, Jennifer. Okay, lady, are you ready to talk about food? So, why do we need to talk about food when we talk about fertility? And because, of course, our body needs nutrients. if your body doesn't have the nutrients it's required, then it may impair your ability to conceive. Makes sense. And I had a little post in the group. Can you just picture for a minute, because pregnancy is kind of part of life, right? Most of the women, not all the women, but most of the women at some point get pregnant during their lifetime. And so it's something that is like normal, natural. But let's just take a minute here and realize 9 months of pregnancy, growing a little being inside of you. So first, again, like immerse yourself with the miracle that it really is, right? So 9 months, growing this life into your womb. Then we go through, after 9 months, what do? We deliver the baby, labor, childbirth, which is a big event for a body, right? And then most of us, choose after the 9 months to breastfeed. So can you see how, even though it's normal, natural, how much of a strain it can be on our body, how much our body needs to give to be able to, like grow, deliver, and nurture this little being. And you can almost compare it to running like 3 Ironman, back to back. So of course the body needs a lot of nutrients and a lot of nutrients and minerals to be able to be in that, to be able to do that. And one of the fertility pieces, one of the pieces of the fertility puzzle today is that 90, I don't know, I don't have a number, but let's say 90% of us are deficient. How is it possible? We have so much food around us. We even eat too much sometimes, and yet we are deficient. So can you see that deficiency may make conceiving and growing a baby more difficult? How come we are deficient? Poor absorption. Because how we say you are what you eat? Well, you are not what you eat. You are what you absorb. Hey, Elizabeth! You are what you absorb. So let's say you eat like beautiful greens and beautiful fruits and everything, but then you don't absorb all the nutrients from those fruits and greens and stuff, because your digestive system is not optimal. So you are eating like beautiful food, but then you are not putting the nutrients out of the food and bringing them into your cells. So then, what's the point? So deficiency because of poor absorption, deficiency because of poor diet choices. Maybe you just don't even, eat a lot of grains and and fruits because you prefer, pasta and rice. And I love pasta and rice, okay? But is it the most nutrient food on the planet? Probably not. And then just soil depletion. Maybe you are actually eating a lot of veggies and stuff, but you know what? Your veggies don't have all of the nutrients and minerals they used to have years ago. I don't know if you heard that, but that was like mind-blowing. Imagine a cup of spinach. A cup of spinach in the 1950s is equivalent to, I don't remember the exact number, guys, but like maybe 20 cup of spinach today. So you need to eat 20 times more of those spinach to get the same amount of nutrients from this 1 cup, like 60 years ago, 60, 70 years ago now. Isn't that crazy? So we need to eat more of those good food just to get the same equivalent amount of nutrients and minerals. Why? Because of, our modern agriculture, overuse of pesticides and all of that, but not going into that conversation today, but just to have that in mind. Now, when you choose organic, besides having less pesticide, usually organic food is more nutrient dense. So it's always a better choice when we can. So a lot of us are deficient. What can we do about it? Because that could be the one piece that's missing for you. That could be the one thing that will help you actually conceive faster. So like I say, could be from poor absorption, poor digestion. So one, looking at how is my digestion? Am I someone who just like eats something and then I feel bloated, I have gas, I have constipation, I have diarrhea, I have a bunch of digestive, like stuff going on. If that's the case, that could be a clue that, your digestion is not optimal. And unfortunately, again, it's a case for most of us. Most of us have digestive stuff going on because of our modern lifestyle, not enough exercise, load of pesticides in our food, stress, and blah 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 blah. Always the same thing that come over and over again. That's why let's just try to bring things to basics, because in the end, it's always the same thing that we find behind behind us not feeling in our optimal health. So, poor digestion, number one. What can we do about it? Eat when you are not stressed. That's one thing. Don't eat like driving and in traffic and trying to bite at the same time. Eat when you are sitting and not stressed. If you have to, do a few deep breaths before you eat. Take a minute to just be in gratefulness. No, be in gratitude for the food. Maybe do a little prayer. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, God, for this food. Use some essential oils, to quiet you down, because we want to be in that state of rest and digest when we eat. We don't want to be all stressed out, because then, we are not going to be digesting properly. So don't be in the stress state. Take your time. Don't, I'm French, guys, so in France, we take your time when we eat. Less and less now, but it used to be like, I remember when I was working in France, we would take a 2-hour break for lunchtime, and we would go out and sit down and just, be like eating and taking our time with friends. And that's the way we want to be. That's a state of beingness that we want to be when we eat. Like with friendship, social, well, you don't have to be always with someone when you eat, but really being in that state of, I'm just enjoying myself, I'm taking the time for myself. Like being in that self-loving state when we eat. So taking the time, sitting down, not being stressed, and then taking the time to chew our food. Yes, Jennifer, right? Because we are such, it's almost like we don't allow ourselves the time to eat. Isn't that crazy? It happens to me too. We don't give ourselves the space and the time to eat properly. Isn't it crazy again? Because we need this food to keep us alive. And so going back to that beingness, remember, I think we talked about beingness in day one. Am I in a state of self-love right now that with every, bite I take, I know it's going to be nurturing myself, and I take the time for that? Well, let's chew on that, no pun intended. Let's just chew on that for a minute. What beingness are you when you eat your meal? Does someone wants to share that with me? When you eat, when you have your lunch, your breakfast, your dinner, whatever, just can you reflect for a second? What state of beingness are you when you do this like very common, normal activity during the day? Can anybody tell me that they are in a state of pure self-love when they do that? There is a whole thing today we call mindful eating. So mindful eating is great, but it takes time, okay? But even if you don't go all the way to mindful eating, just again, what beingness am I in when I eat? Would love to hear your feedback on that. So chewing, taking the time to chew. It's almost like you want to chew to the point that your food is all liquidy. Anyway, it sounds gross, but it's all liquidy. Why? Because we have a lot of enzyme in our saliva. So we start digesting in the mouth. We start digesting even before the mouth. When you smell food, it smells good, and you start like salivating and all of that. Just if you take the time to go into your senses, the sight, like looking at what you are eating, smelling it, it's activating all of your digestive juices in your body. So even the smell of it, when you salivate, right, when something smells good, So anyway, so in the mouth, chewing or liquidy, so that, we can start breaking food down right in the mouth. And then when we do that, we also, we send a signal to our stomach to start like getting ready for, to get to work, getting ready to, with all of those digestive juices. So go down into the stomach. What happens, a lot of us have very low stomach acid. So that's one of the reasons why we have digestive issue, because we are not digesting properly due to lack of low stomach acids. Again, from a bunch of reasons, stress, pesticides, and all of that. Celery juice is great to start, helping going back with those stomach acid. Lemon water is amazing too. So those two, lemon water, celery juice, can be on your like daily things, to help you with digestion. So the stomach and then the intestine, right? Food goes down. So there, a bunch of things can happen that can go wrong. We don't have a good gut bacteria. Our gut bacteria help us digest, process the food, get nutrients out. If we don't have a good gut bacteria, we may have a hard time digesting the food. If our intestine lining is damaged because, again, stress, pesticide, we go back always to the same stuff, guys. Then if my lining is damaged, I'm going to have a hard time, again, digesting properly. All of that, right? It's important to look at that, because the better your digestion is, the more you can excrete the nutrient that you need from your food. No points to eat beautiful food if you cannot digest it. Okay, so that was the digestion, the absorption, and then your diet. If I make poor diet choices, I'm not going to get the nutrients I need. Of course, if I eat a cheeseburger and fries every day, I'm not going to get all of the beautiful phytochemical and beautiful compound I can find in grains and vegetable and fruits. Our diets, for most of us, tend to be too acidifying to our body, which create a lot of health issues, and tends to be too high in fat. I know everybody's after the sugar, the carbs and all of that. Remember, I was saying that I will be saying a few things that may be against what you believe right now about food. But just know that one of the main issues today for our health is too high fat diet. Dairy, high fat, and sugar together. Meat, high fat. When you eat a lot of protein, because there is this big myth around, we need protein, we need lots of protein. The ketogenic diet? So trendy today, high protein, high fat, low carb. Well, guess what? When you ingest so much protein, so much fat, fatty food, it thickens the blood and it puts a lot of pressure on our liver. Yes, no dairy. If you're trying to get pregnant, no dairy. Conventional dairy has a lot of growth hormone in it, a lot of antibiotics. It's high fat, it's also sugar. Fat and sugar together are what creates a lot of issue with our liver. And when you get to a point that the liver just cannot take it, and it's become like sluggish and fatty liver. Have you heard about fatty liver? Then that's when all of our issue come up, all our chronic condition and skin stuff come up. Why? Because our liver, imagine, okay, guys, I had this vision earlier, and I thought it was great. We don't recognize, we don't acknowledge enough our liver. Our liver is our primary, guardian of our health. Because again, it processes the food, it processes the fat, it filters the toxins, it has so many functions we don't even really know. And cut up cakes, biscuits, yes. So the liver is amazing, guys, but it doesn't do good with too much fat. It gets sluggish, and then it becomes a fatty liver. And then when your liver becomes sluggish, it cannot help you guard yourself against all the viruses out there, all the toxins and stuff. And that's when then, you know, and that's when our health start to break down. So imagine, so here's a vision I have. Imagine, you know, your liver as as a bodyguard. Imagine the liver being your health bodyguard, right? And the liver is smart, okay? It's smart. But imagine this smart bodyguard that is here to protect your health. And it will do whatever it has to do, right? And when you think of that, you know, we should be like, you know, like so nurturing and so grateful for it, right? We, you know, if it was someone, we would be like, you know, maybe giving, you know, offering it like some nurturing, you know, meal or whatever, right? But then with the way we eat, the way we, you know, our diets, what we do, we're actually like throwing let's say like knives, you know, at our bodyguard. We are killing our bodyguard a little bit every day. Isn't it crazy when you think about it? And so, okay, our diet, poor diet choices, too high in fat, too acidifying, too toxic. You know, if we don't eat organic, chances are that we are ingesting a lot of pesticides. If we eat processed food, we definitely are ingesting a lot of, you know, harmful chemical stuff. And where was I? Okay. So all of those create the deficiencies. So poor diet choices and poor digestion create those deficiencies. Okay, and then one thing I want to say before we go into more details is it's not about having a dogma. It's not about buying into any like dogmatic view of food. It's not about plant-based versus, you know, meat protein versus whatever it is. It's not that. Because in truth, the way I look at it is we have like guidelines, right? We have like general guidelines because our body functions a certain way. Our digestive system functions a certain way. So we have like general guidelines, and then it's really an individual thing. Because, you know, maybe someone will do better on a vegan diet, but someone else will do better eating a little bit of meat. I know Jennifer is here. Jennifer is vegetarian, has been vegetarian for a long time. And in our intuitive session, what came up for me was that she needs to add a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of red meat into her diet. That was interesting. But so it's general guidelines according to our, you know, how we are designed as human beings, you know, and then individualized because we all need different things. So please don't buy into any dogma. It's what's right for you, not what's right for everybody else, but what is right for you. And today, you know, everybody is throwing so many different diets at you. It's hard to stay like grounded. So one thing that we need to learn is how to ask my body, what does it requires? That's a way to learn how to eat. Okay, so no dogma, number one. And number two, it's about looking at what the body needs and looking at how am I designed, what kind of food would be the most beneficial, you know, based on how I'm designed. So what do we want to eat? We want to eat food that is, number one, easy to digest for us. We want to eat food that doesn't stay too long, you know, in our digestive tract and like putrefy, you know, in our intestine. We don't want that. We want food that is very rich in all the nutrients and minerals we need. Eating something that has no nutrients is just like a waste of calorie, a waste of, you know, and probably is going to hurt your liver and everything anyway. We want to eat food that are like, that have a high life force energy. Living food, when you think about it, has more life force than if you eat only like dead food. So let's just play a game here. So living food is higher energy, higher vibrational food. You know, there was a little experiment. I can't remember where I saw that, but someone who had like some kind of like technology piece where they could see the frequency of the food, and at the lowest, you know, you would have like stuff like junk food and fast food, and then the highest frequency food would be organic, raw vegetables and fruits. So if you think of that in that way, because again, it's all our energy. We are energy, everything is energy. What can I eat that will sustain my energy? Well, living food, food that have a high vibrational energy in the first place. Makes sense. Easy to digest. Food that don't leave too much waste into our body, because you know, animal products, dairy, meat, and everything leave a lot of acid in our body, which then creates a issue for our kidney. Our kidneys are not designed to process. Again, going back to our design, we don't have the same kidneys as carnivore. Our kidneys are smaller, so they cannot process all of this acidity, and then this acid just gets into your joint and everything, and then you have pain, right? It's just too much acid in the body. So food that don't create a lot of waste. For example, grains, pasta, like starchy food tends to create more mucus in our body, which we need to clean after. So no waste. Hold on, what else? Well, basically that's it, So having those guidelines in mind, right? Food that's nutritious, food that don't leave too much waste, food that's easy to digest, and food that has high vibrational energy, like living food. If you go with those guidelines, you will be fine. Oh, and then, hold on, sorry, two more. Food that are nutritious, not only for our cells, for our human cells, but also for our good bacteria. We have a lot of bugs here in our digestive system, like trillion of bugs, okay? And they are here to help us, most of them. Some are pathogenic, so we don't want them to grow too much. But most of them, we live in a synergistic, relationship with them. That we offer them shelter and food, and they're here to help us, process and do a lot of things. So, food that is nutritious for those good bacteria is important. They love like fiber food. Anyway, and then food that is going to be helping our liver rather than putting more pressure on it. So we remove the fat as much as we can. We bring in food that is more nutritious and helping the liver. When I say fat, guys, it doesn't have to be just animal fat, but it's true. Pork has a lot of fat. Chicken has a lot of fat. Beef has a lot of fat. Sausage, I know, Elizabeth, you asked about sausage and chicken. So those have a lot of fat and will create acidity in your body. They are acidifying food. Now, does that mean that you have to be plant-based? No, you don't have to. It's, again, individual. And the only thing to remember is if you do meat, you don't want to do like meat breakfast, meat lunch, meat dinner. Maybe 3 times a week. And again, it's something we want to adjust depending on you, not just, it's not like a guideline again, like everybody should have meat 3 times a week. No, it depends on you, your specific needs, your specific body. But what I'm saying is, yes, you can do meat, but don't overdo it because it brings too much fat and it creates a lot of acidity in your body. But fatty things, would be all the dairy products. Dairy is fat, we know that, butter, milk, yogurt, all of that. And then for those of you who are plant-based, it's the same recommendation. You may be plant-based, but be eating too much fat again. Nuts and seeds, nut butter, peanut butter, all of that is high in fat. The liver doesn't care where the fat comes from. Whether it's nut fat or meat fat, it's still fat. And it's going to thicken your blood and make your liver process more difficult, make your liver be more burdened. And we don't want that because our liver is our bodyguard. So we want to make sure that it's you know what? You don't want your bodyguard to be, all fat and not being able to run for 10 minutes, for example. You want your bodyguard to be like in his top shape, right? Maybe like with, rib muscle and, like six pack here. So it's strong. We want a strong bodyguard who can run and fight if it needs to. So same thing for your liver. You don't want your liver to become fat, because then if your liver becomes sluggish and fat, it cannot help. It will lose its efficiency against stuff that are really like threatening your health. Toxins, viruses, bacteria, all of that. I really like this analogy of the bodyguard and the liver. Just try to remember that, right? So whenever you make a choice to eat, you want to ask yourself, is that going to be a food that's going to be nurturing for my liver? Oh yeah, I'm overexcited. Yes, Elizabeth, that's why I'm I just love this. It's just sometimes we learn better with analogy, right? And I think this one this one just came to me today, and I love it. Anyway, so we want, so when you have a choice to make for your food, is it food that's going to be nourishing to my body and to my liver, or and my good bacteria? Or is it going to be a food that's going to impair my liver efficiency, that's going to burden my liver? Is it a food that's going to slow down my digestion? Is it a food that's going to be nourishing pathogen and viruses instead of nourishing my good gut bacteria? You see, so when we think of food, we have to really take into account several things, not just what we want to eat. So, okay, now you may be like, okay, so just tell me what to eat. Just tell me what to eat. Okay, so what do we need to eat? Just close your eyes for a minute. Now, I would like you to imagine in your right hand that you are holding, let's see. You are holding a strawberry. Beautiful red strawberry. It smells so good. Just really visualize it. It smells so good. It looks so ripe, so sweet, beautiful, right? Now take your left hand, and in your left hand you are going to be holding, you are going to be holding some rib eye, like a T-bone steak. I don't know, like a piece of, nice big piece of red meat. It's nicely cooked. It smells good too, because, Okay. Just really tap into the energy of each one, right and left. Which one? When you tap into the energy, it's all about energy, guys, okay? Don't go into your head. Don't go into your, everything we tap into the energy. Which one will be more nourishing for your body? Tell me, would you choose the right hand and the strawberry? Would you choose a nice, nicely cooked steak, T-bone steak? Which one seems to be like more nourishing to your energy? Again, it's all about energy. We are energy being. Which one is going to be more nourishing to your energy, more nourishing for your, better for your liver, better for your digestion, for your digestive system? What would you choose, guys? Elizabeth, strawberry. Heather, strawberry. I like the picture of the red strawberry. Who else, guys? Who's here? So, when you really tap into the energy, right? The strawberry, of course. Didn't you feel that the strawberry was feeling like so yummy energy, like so alive, while the steak was really like dead? Well, of course it's dead, right? So can you feel that? So the best food you can give your body is a food that is living, that's going to be nourishing your good bacteria, bring a lot of nutrients to your cells, and that's going to be supportive of the liver. So what comes to mind? What do you think is the best food for you? Whatever, like in general. What do you think is the best food we want to eat to support our body? And I know you know. Is it the mashed potato and the chicken parmesan? I love mashed potato. I'm not, it's just, well, nobody is answering, so let me tell you. So, of course, all your leafy greens, all of your veggies, and I know you know that. But can you just tap again into the energy of this food instead of being like, I just know. Just tap into the energy of this food. All of your leafy greens, full of nutrients. All of your veggies, full of nutrients. Now, one big one, fruits. Let's talk about fruit for just a minute. Because so many trends out there are discriminating the fruits. It's too much sugar, and I have diabetes and whatever. Where fruits are one of the best food for you right now. Especially fruits are one of the best food on the planet for us human. Just, they were put on the planet for us to eat, okay? If we go back, like at the beginning of humankind, there were fruits. We were picking up, fruits. We were gatherer. So fruits are amazing for us. They are full of antioxidant, phytochemical. They are antibacterial. They are antiviral. They are just amazing. When you are pregnant, eat lots of fruit because the reproductive system works on fruits, on glucose, especially the fructose. Fructose is not the same as processed sugar. Fructose, all those beneficial nutrients stick to this fructose, and that's how it gets delivered to you. So don't be scared of eating too much fruits. Fruits are good for you. And I know sometimes people are like, yes, fresh fruits. Yes, don't buy canned fruits. Buy fresh fruits. After fresh fruit, frozen fruit, would be okay to put like in smoothies and stuff. But fruits are amazing, full of life. Just imagine like this lemon. It's this lemon like on a tree, and it's getting all of the information and nurturing from the earth. It's receiving all of this sunlight, receiving all of this water, from the rain. It's just one piece of, how can I say it? I just would like you to really feel it. It's like so full of life, of wisdom. So how can that be bad for you? How can a strawberry, how can a cherry, how can an apple are amazing for us. How can that be bad for you? A lot of people are saying don't, all the keto like trend and the low carb are telling you don't eat fruits. Hear me out. Just tune out that and just like feel it in for yourself. Fruits are amazing, okay? And they are very nourishing to our reproductive system. Okay. Sometimes some sprayed by pesticides. So that's why, if you buy them organic, it's better. Now, if you buy bananas, you peel them so you can have non-organic. But, things like apple, nectarines, berries, those you want to try to buy organic because they are on the dirty dozen list. However, it's still better than to buy fruits, even if it's conventional, than not buying them. You know why? Because your liver loves fruits and leafy greens and raw food. It's very cleansing for your liver. So if your liver is functioning properly, if your liver is healthy, it's going to be able to clean up all those toxins. We go back again to the liver. If you have a healthy liver, you can have a little bit of pesticide here and there because your liver will take care of it. How do we keep our liver healthy? By bringing in the raw as much as possible, fruits and veggies and greens, and removing the fat of our diet. and fat from, animal products, nuts, seeds. And we it's not like you have to be like completely fat free. It's not what I'm saying, but we are just consuming way too much fats in our diet. So really like being mindful of reducing the amount of fat we eat every day. Okay, so where was I? And I know sometimes people say, well, I have issue digesting fruits. It's not that you have issue digesting fruits, it's that fruits are very cleansing to our digestive system. So the fruit is just trying to cleanse, everything else. So that's why you may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it's not that the fruit is bad for you. And in general, when you eat fruit, you want to eat them like outside of your dinner or your lunch. You don't want to be eating food. Fruit are very easy to digest, so they go fast, through the digestive tract. If you eat, let's say meat or like pasta or other type of food that takes more time to digest with your fruit is going to be slowed down and is going to be feeding, parasite and bacteria that we don't really want. So eat your fruit outside, by itself. The fruit is king. It wants to go on its own. And raw is more nutritious because it has just more life force energy, more nutrients and stuff. I know some people would be like, but I cannot eat raw because again, it's not sitting well with my digestion. It's because you have a digestive system that is weak. So a way to start introducing more raw food, because the more you can flood your body with the right nutrients, the more able it's going to be to conceive. You don't want to have deficiencies if you want to have a baby. So a great way to get started on this is bringing in more juices. I love juicing. Juicing is a great alternative to eating like salads and raw soups and stuff. Or even raw soup is great because it's still, it's blended. So it's not like, a full, like, raw grains, in a salad, for example. But juicing is amazing because it's already like almost pre-digested for you. The fiber is removed, but you still have a lot of beautiful nutrients. So juicing is great. Juicing, smoothies, it's all blended. Raw soup, you put some spinach, you put some asparagus, look up for recipe. All of that you blend in your blender and you eat like that. You don't cook. The more you can introduce more of those type of food that are raw, salads, the more nourished your body will be, and the more you can cleanse your liver, so then it can be your strong bodyguard again. Okay, so basically a lot of veggie, a lot of fruits. Please hear me out for this one. A lot of fruits, less fat, less animal products, and not just animal products, but fat also from, again, the nuts, the seeds, and all of that. Okay. Now, what do we want to avoid? If you are wanting to conceive, you want to pay attention to certain foods. All of the GMO food like corn and soy, canola oil is very bad for you. The dairy. And I'm going to give you one that I know some people will, eggs. We want to remove eggs from our diet because eggs really like nourish, feed, pathogen and viruses and stuff. So we want to take, if you have endometriosis, PCOS, all of those conditions, you want to remove the eggs from your diet and the dairy and stuff. Gluten, it's up to you. We know gluten is not great for our digestive tract. It's up to you. But really the key is not necessarily into removing too much, but really to add all of those beautiful fruits and vegetables in your diet. Because then you nourish your body and your body it's all about self-healing, right? Remember on day one, helping the body to self-heal and get back into balance on its own. How do we do that? By providing the nutrients it needs, which is basically again, your greens, your fruits and stuff, and helping it remove what is impairing self-healing. Stress, toxins, waste, byproducts from whatever, our functions, and really supporting the liver. When we do that, the body will get back into balance on its own. You won't need to take any drugs, any medication, and then the body will be ready to have a baby. Okay. So, any questions? That was a lot. There is so much more, but let's stop there for the food. Let me know if you have any questions before we go into the second part of today's, which is going in a little meditation where again you are going to meet baby and also pulling in energy towards this baby. So if you have any questions, put them here. And if not, let's just take a moment now to transition from all of this information I gave you, which is very it's using a lot of your mind power. Now we want to get out of that, get into our body, get into your heart. So close your eyes, take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now let's focus, let's bring all of our awareness into our heart space. Just look, remember, imagine you are looking down into your body. You are seeing this white, this beautiful light in your heart space. So let's just imagine that you are going down and bring your awareness into this heart space inside the light. And this light is really you, your energy. And now you remember how on day one we went and we expanded out. We expanded our energy out of our body. So let's just go a little bit faster this time. Breathing in and breathing out. Pushing this energy going outside of our body. So just visualize your body being filled with this light, as well as now your whole aura. So this light is filling your body space and your electromagnetic field as well. Breathing in and breathing out, we are expanding even further out into our whole neighborhood. Breathing in and out, now we are expanding outside of the neighborhood, going into our whole country. Breathing in, breathing out, covering the whole earth. We are expanding up, down, side, bottom. We are expanding everywhere. Going out of the earth, now going into the universe. Out into the universe, reaching out the furthest corner of the universe. If the universe had corners. We don't know, but we just expand as far as we possibly can. Now we are fully expanded. Just take a second here in your full expansion, really feeling your whole being, your true essence. It's beautiful. You are, can you acknowledge for a minute your own, your own greatness? How deep and vast you are, going away from all of the stories that you tell to yourself, how you are not good enough, how you are too old and too this and too that, or not enough this or not enough that. Just getting completely out of all of those stories that you created, story that you bought from your parents, from society, story that may not even be yours in the first place. And let's just go back to who you really are. Who you were when you were a little child, when you were born, or when you were a 3-year-old. When you look at a 3-year-old, that's really who you are. This, child, innocent and full of life and full of expression, self-expression, full of confidence. When you look at a 3-year-old, they are fully confident in their own ability. Okay, good. Now, just visualize an iridescent ball, like hovering, maybe like in front of you, maybe like 6-10 inch in front of your chest. Just visualize this ball in front of your chest. It's beautiful, it's like shiny, iridescent, whatever you want it to be. And just visualize. Now let's bring in the baby. The baby that you met on Thursday, on day one. You met this beautiful baby of yours. Just bring baby, bring the energy of this baby, and all of the energy that this baby make you feel, make you experience, love, joy, gratefulness, or gratitude. I think gratitude is the right word. Gratitude, expansion, fulfillment, whatever. So all of those energy with this baby, put them in this ball, in this iridescent ball that is hovering about 10 inch in front of you. Just put all those yummy energies, this baby, inside this bowl. And now what we are going to do, we are going to pull energy from all of the corners of the universe, and we are going to put this pull energy and bring this energy into our bowl. So this bowl really represents all our deepest desire for this baby. So just imagine pulling energy from all of the deepest corner of the universe, pulling energy into this bowl. You don't need to know how it's done. You just have to ask for it to be done. Just have the intention and it's going to work, okay? No need to go into your head, into a, like thinking of it. Just know that it's done by just your intention. So you pull energy, more energy into this beautiful bowl with all of your desires. Pull energy from all the corners of the universe. Maybe you can even tap into multiverses, other parallel universe. Just pull energy into this beautiful bowl. And I'm going to ask you to do something. Just make sure that you bring your barriers down, because we all have energetic barriers up that prevent us from fully receiving. And when it comes to your baby, you want to be able to fully receive this baby. So bring your barriers down. Again, don't need to think about it. How am I going to do that? Whatever, just ask for your barriers to go down and they will go down. You are an energetic being. You are a true master of energy, whether you know it or not. Just trust it. So barriers down, and then again putting more energy into this bowl with your baby, with those yummy energies, and then just visualize some of this energy getting from the bowl to you. So energy from all the corners of the universe into your bowl, and then from the bowl to you. So you are receiving all those beautiful energy too. We are re-energizing this bowl and then energizing your body. And just let a little trinket, like a small flow coming out of you from your back, because energy needs to flow. We don't want any stagnancy. We just want to allow the flow. So pulling energy, bringing it into the bowl, and then from the bowl inside your body, and then outside of your body from the back a little bit, that will go out and recycle, transmute, transform. Putting, and just let the flow keep going. Just visualize this beautiful flow from all the corners of the universe into your bowl, into your body, and out of your body. Flow, it is the flow of the universe, the flow of energy, the flow of life. And before we come back, just ask for this energy to keep moving throughout the day. Just ask for it to be on autopilot for you and keep moving throughout the day. And just take in all those beautiful energy from this baby, from you having this baby. Let them come in you, receive them, and know that they are available to you right here, right now. And when you are ready, you can come back with me, come back into the space, come back into your bodies. When you are ready, you can open your eyes and start sharing with me what came up for you, what did you see, what did you experience if you'd like. All is energy in this universe. Bringing more energy into this baby, into your desire, to help it come into reality. So, and with this, you can realize that it is important. We want to address the body. We want to address the physical. If you are struggling getting pregnant, there is something going on with the body. Again, a healthy body is a fertile body. So we want to address what's going on in the physical. We want to feed, nourish our body properly, and we want to help it remove toxins so that it can go back into balance on its own, so that it can self-heal, self-regulate, self-adjust, self-regenerate. The body is amazing, it has consciousness, it is intelligent, and it wants your best always. It has your best interest at heart, but it needs your help so it can function properly. If you are struggling with fertility, there is something in the body that is not functioning. That's what we've been talking about. But then, so that's one layer, that's one piece, that's one layer. And then we want to bring in the energy. What energies are going to be nurturing and help you be in a space where you can conceive? And then, what healing do I maybe have to go through? What blocks, mental blocks, emotional blocks, limiting belief, do I have to release so that I'm in a space where I can conceive? So what I really want you to take from those 3 days is that there is no like one answer. It's multi-layered because we are multi-dimensional being. That's really what we are. We have a body, we have a mind, we have consciousness, we have a conscious mind, we have a subconscious mind, we have emotions, we have, like several energy bodies actually. And there could be more than just one piece to your own fertility journey. So, ladies, how did you like the meditation? You welcome Elizabeth. Thank you for the heart, ladies. Now, for those of you who feel that they need more support, who know that they have like maybe different layers of this whole puzzle that they want to work on, maybe some healing to do, maybe some diet to adjust, maybe some lifestyle, some stress. Oh yes, don't forget the stress, right? So I would love to invite you in a 3-month journey with me. And it's all about preparing your body and your mind so that you can conceive and have this beautiful, beautiful, amazing baby come through, drop in. And what it is 3 months to address the body stuff, helping the body be in a space where it can heal itself. And we do that through food, lifestyle, and also cleansing. We need to cleanse. We need to cleanse for our own health. And we need to cleanse so that we can conceive and so that the baby we will have is not going to be a toxic baby. A baby full of, chemicals when, right at birth. I talk about that on day 2, I think. So, nourishing the body, cleansing the body will be the body aspect. And then we'll use different techniques to help with the stress. I know Everybody is stressed. It's part of life. What can we do about it? Guys, I'm a single mom of 5, and you can see you know, I hold myself pretty well. And I can even smile. Why? Because I have, I use techniques to help me shift perspective, to help me see the bigger picture, to help me get out of being triggered. So part of that will be access bar. Remember I talked about access bar, these amazing techniques? So there will be one day in the 3 months that is going to be about learning how to do the bar for you and your spouse, because so that you can exchange, so that you can run each other's bar, and it's going to be so amazing, so bonding for you. So it's such a nice process. You will love it, and it can really shift anything in your life. Okay, so not only your life can shift, but also your partner, because having a baby is a couple project. It's not just you, it's a couple. So let's help your husband to get prepared too, right? So part of this journey will be to learn the bar and to learn all of the other tools that comes with access bar. Remember, interesting point of view, I have this point of view, what's right about this I have not considered yet. And we have few other tools like that to start using in your daily life that will help with the stress and shifting perspective. Low sperm. So low sperm, again, it's just a overall health thing. Probably too much toxins in his body. And, maybe too much, EMF around his genital if he wear his phone there. So low sperm is just a symptom of the body not being fully in balance, the body not being fully healthy. So let's go back to providing the body with what it needs, getting rid of what is not supportive. So then the sperm goes back up. It's just, it's a bunch of different names, but all goes back to the same thing. And during these 3 months or so, we'll do some powerful group healing session. Well, Elizabeth, that's something that, how can you balance it? So that's something that we need to talk about more, like in a private discussion if you want. And what was I saying? Yeah, going through deep healing can be what you need for conceiving too. If you've been trying everything else, if you've been doing, I don't know, eating clean and, removing toxins from your life, and still it's not happening, when there is something else. Do you have any trauma that is stored in the body? Do you have any stories, any limiting belief that is blocking it? So part of this 3 month journey is also going through some, womb healing activation. That's so powerful and so beautiful, so that we can prepare the womb space for the baby. There will be some other energy healing and emotional healing. What kind of emotions are still holding you back? So that's really what I'm inviting you to, because I'm someone, you may have noticed over the 3 days, I love the body. The body is great, and we have a body. We decided to incarnate into a human being for this lifetime, which means that we decided to have a body. So which means we need to take care of our bodies. We need to support our bodies for sure. And then I also love all the other things, because I'm an energy healer, I'm an intuitive life coach, I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher, I'm an access bar facilitator. So I don't just stop at the body. And my approach is really integrating all of those pieces together. So not only can you have your baby, but also you can prepare yourself for motherhood and be an invitation, allow this beautiful baby to come in. Because maybe, again, this beautiful baby who is ready for you, just waiting for you, just need you to heal a little bit more so that it can come through. so that you can be a mom for a beautiful starseed baby. You know, I call them starseed baby. Those baby coming from everywhere, very aware, very advanced being, and they just need us to be ready for them. So maybe for you it's just that. It's just that you are not yet fully ready for this beautiful soul. You just need to do a little something. Maybe it's a body, maybe it's bringing more self-love into your body, maybe it is, again, clearing some limiting belief. So we want to be this woman who is on energetic match for this soul to come in. So that's my whole approach, lady, and that's really what I'm here for. I'm here to facilitate the coming of those beautiful souls. That's my life mission for now. And that's what I'm here for I'm here to help you for that. So if that resonates with you, ladies, I would love to invite you to this 3-month journey, and invite you to a conversation. If you feel like it sounds like it's you are waiting for this beautiful baby to come in, you just need maybe to talk about it, see how we can do it, see if you have any resistance, even though you feel like you're attracted to it, but there is a bit of resistance. Just reach out. Let's just have a chat. Let's just have a conversation. Let's just see how we can make it happen for you. And if you are here, it's probably because I have something to offer you. If not, you would not be here, probably. So let's just have a chat. And it's 3 months, it's group, but you will also receive 4 one-on-one sessions, so that we can go deeper into your own stuff, deeper into your own healing. One session will be all about making the program just for you, when it comes to the food, the cleansing and stuff, adjusting it so that it's right for you. And then 3 sessions that will be around healing, like, looking at limiting belief, looking at other stuff that needs to be cleared. So that is individual. So 3 one-on-one with it too. What else? Anybody has any question? Hold on. Did I want to say anything else for that? No, I think that's pretty complete. And the way I work from knowledge, skills and stuff, and from on intuitive life coach. So I connect with my higher self and with your higher self. So when it comes with the personalized healing and the personalized plan, it's from an intuitive space, which is important, because so that it's really tailored to you, to your own energy, to where you are at, and not like not trying to how can I say it? Not trying to give you to force into you like a general idea. I don't know. I'm sure you see what I mean. Anyway, ladies, if you have any question, please go ahead. Maybe one last thing I would like to touch, if you have any diagnosis, maybe you have PCOS, endometriosis, fibroid, all of those things, just know that it's not your body attacking itself. It's not your body getting crazy. It's your body protecting yourself from viruses and toxins and stuff. And if we take care of our liver, if we cleanse the body, if we feed the body correctly, we can heal from anything. And really here, let that sink in for a minute, because we want to shift, the belief system here, right? We want to shift from the belief system that, oh, I'm too old, or I have this or that, and I cannot have a baby. We want to get out of that, which is just a belief, which is just an interesting point of view, and get into the space of truth, which is the body can heal from anything. Let's just let that sink in. Let's just integrate that truth. The body can heal from anything. And it is a miracle. And age doesn't matter. So really let's sink that in, because if you are someone who really believe like there is nothing you can do, then your belief becomes your reality. So we want to remove and clear this belief away and bring in the truth, which is your body can heal from anything. As long as we give it what it needs, remove what it doesn't need and what is actually harmful, and let it do its job of healing itself, regenerate, rejuvenate. And if we bring in like energy that are going to be nourishing, self-belief, self-love, trusting. So that's really our job. Our job is just to provide the body with all of that, so then the body can do its own job. Whew. Any questions, lady? So a 3 months journey. If you have questions about it, just reach out. I know I shared a lot, so just as a recap, maybe day 1 was all about how stress plays a big role when it comes to fertility, how your belief, your programming, your energy also have a role to play, and then how we can shift, perspective, how we want to shift our energy so we are always in a place of, self-trust, self-love, self-confidence. And then day 2 was about the toxins, how toxins, will impair our, will really create, health issues, and how, we want to cleanse, protect our liver, very important. And then today was about the food. Thank you, Jennifer. And really what I want you to take home is, it's a puzzle. Fertility, you can see it as a puzzle. Stress, deficiency with food, digestion issues and stuff like food related, toxins, limiting belief, emotional trauma, those like non-visible stuff. And it's about, okay, which pieces do I need to work on? Maybe just one, maybe all. And that's why, we want to, that's why, you want to really think of a way to have a very integral, an approach that take into consideration all of them. Yeah, but I didn't talk about, supplements. It's a whole other discussions. But yeah, that's a worthy discussion. Supplements, they, have a role to play in, in this journey to fertility, because again, it is what it is. Depletion of the soil, deficiencies. Supplements are on a part of the journey, yes. And it's a whole other discussion, but like a B12 would be important to support the liver, zinc would be important, magnesium, we can go on and on. In general, okay, just a few minutes. I love talking, guys, and if you ask questions, I'm going to answer, but just like 2 minutes on supplements. So in general, we want, okay, guidelines. We want to get vitamins from food. So when you buy, even if you buy supplements like vitamins, you want to make sure that it's from like real food and not synthetic vitamins. When you buy I have a hard time, synthetic vitamin, your body doesn't necessarily know what to do with it. So just realize that when you buy your expensive vitamins, most of the time you only really absorb. You remember, it's all about absorption. It's like the food. It's all about absorption. Most of the time we only absorb a very small amount of those vitamins. One thing I love as a general, like covering vitamins, instead of vitamin, I have Juice Plus. I love Juice Plus. Juice Plus. If you want, I will put the link, it's a great way to get a very broad spectrum of what you need, and it's all food-based. It's 100% food-based. It's all it is. It's just like 30, veggies and stuff and fruit in capsule. So you want to make sure that what you are getting for supplements, it's something that your body can actually use, that is actually highly absorbable and based on real food and not synthetic. When you buy like a prenatal, for example, I prefer like more targeted, like instead of a broad prenatal, I prefer, the Juice Plus, and then adding what, like for example, a B12, adding some zinc, adding some magnesium, instead of buying like a prenatal with like, everything. Because you get more of what you need when you do like individual. And when it comes to supplements, the way I work to is, again, there is a long list, and then we check intuitively which one do you need, because you may not need all of that. Who knows? Your body is different. You have your own needs. But in general guidelines, I love food-based, and then B12 is amazing because the liver needs it. Some minerals. If you do omega-3, you don't have to. If you do omega-3, make sure that you don't do it from fish. Yes, iodine can be good, but again, Carrie, that's what I was saying, it's very individual, right? But iodine is good. There are so many things, that are good, right? So then at some point it's okay. What can I get from my food, and what is a non-negotiable that I need to get outside of my food? And B12 is one of them. Zinc is one of them. So that's why I keep going back to those two. But those are really important to get outside from your food. If you do a prenatal, be careful. Make sure that you have folate and not the folic acid. If you are low, Elizabeth, so then you need to add those. But again, it's if you are low on a bunch of stuff, we go back to being deficient. So it means that you have a lot of deficiencies. Why is that? Is that because you have a poor diet? Or is that because you have digestive issues? Is it because that you are not absorbing your food properly? You see what I mean? So it cannot be like one answer fits all, because then, okay, I'm low on this and that and this and that. Okay, let me just buy a bunch of vitamins, or like one prenatal vitamin, whatever. But then if you have issue absorbing anyway, it's not going to work. So we want to always go back to the root. What does my body need to really be in its optimal health? We don't want to just like stuff our face with vitamins. That's not an answer. We don't want to start taking a lot of drugs. That's not the answer. The answer is to go back. What does my body need to be able to be in a space of self-healing? Can you see that? But of course, having supplements, will help along the way. The right supplements. It's a wide space. The supplement space, wide world. Wide crazy, like, right? So we want to make sure that we are getting the right supplements. Guys, okay, I'll do a little post with some suggestion, okay? I'll do a little post with some suggestion when it comes to supplements. Everybody's happy with that? Okay, so I'm not sure what time it is, but I'm sure I went over the time I wanted. Again, food, think of energy, think of nourishing, think of, cleansing the liver rather than overburdening the liver. So think leafy greens, fruits, vegetable. Raw is always great because it's more nourishing, it's more cleansing for the body. Juicing can be a great first step. And then smoothies, salads are amazing. But just realize, if you start doing this, increasing the amount of raw food in your diet, you will just feel better. If you start reducing how much of like animal products and fat in your diet, you will feel better because your liver will do better. The healthier your liver, the healthier you will be. The more it will be able to like take care of your toxins and pathogen and stuff. And I think that's it, ladies. If you are interested, I'm here. I can work with you. We can go into all of those layers. There is this 3 months journey as a group. And then if you require more like one-on-one, if you're someone who is like, I don't want to be with a bunch of people, it's fine. Or I'm someone, I know I have so much stuff going on, I need like more one-on-one support. I'm also taking one-on-one clients, and that's it. Reach out to me, just let's have a chat, no pressure, nothing, just to see where you are at. And just, even if you are not interested anyway, let's just have a chat so that we can see where you are at, and I can give you like maybe your best next step, tuning into you, not tuning into Sarah and Livy over there, but tuning into you. What is your higher self, what your higher self would like to tell you in terms of next best step. So reach out to me anyway, and let's just book you for like 20 minutes call. And first come first serve, so just go ahead. I will put my calendar link, so just go ahead, book your call, we can chat, and we can see where you are at. Okay, ladies, have a great rest of the week. Look out for the little post about supplements, probably tomorrow. And I love you, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. It's it's making my day, because I just love sharing that with you. And wherever you go after that, whether we work together or not, I really, really want for you to see that the answer may not be where you think it was. That you are capable of bringing in a beautiful baby. You just have to develop this relationship with your body again, see what it needs, be grateful for it, and move forward. So, and the last thing is really looking at fertility struggle not being a curse or anything, but reframing it in a way that is supportive of you. What if your fertility struggle were a way for you to motivate yourself to grow, and were a way for you to really get yourself fully ready to bring in one of those starseed baby, a baby that's going to come into this world to change the world, a baby that's going to come into this world very aware, very sensitive, and who is going to be shifting paradigm, helping us shift paradigm for us later. And can you see all of your journey from that length, from that perspective, rather than, what's wrong with me, I am too old, I am too this, I am too that, and it's too late, and my body is just like betraying me, and I'm blaming my body, let's just get out of that space and be in the other space. What if you were supposed to bring one of those amazing beings, and it just requires you to grow a little bit more so that you can be a match for this baby? What if this journey was really a way for you to discover and learn and grow? That has a different energy, right? Okay, ladies, I love you. You welcome Carrie, you welcome Elizabeth. So just reach out and let's just chat, and just watch the replay. They will be available for 1 week, okay? 1 more week, and then they will go away. The idea is for you to start implementing stuff. And I love you. Have a good week, and I talk to you probably later.